Hello, bonjour. This is Fred in metalops.com, French website, and Metalops TV on YouTube with Pascal, my colleague. Hello, Pascal.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
And we are going to say kalimera. Kalimera, Helena.
Yeah, welcome to Kalimera.
Bon dia, hello.
She's here, Helena, with us, and it's really a pleasure that she has the opportunity to speak to us from Greece. And I love Greece.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure, actually, talking to you.
The second time on Metalops TV. Alors, so very simple. Alors, so you are the guitarist, the lead guitarist of Nervosa since 2022, but officially 23. Yeah. My very first question: what do you remember your French show last year in 2025 for the warm-up Hellfest in France? It was a new experience for you, and the Hellfest festival in June 2025. What the memory do you have? It
and
was
you
good.
Tell us. In France, incredible. A lot of gigs.
Yeah, Hellfest and the warm-up and Hellfest and the festival and Hellfest in general is totally in our hearts, and it was so special to us. And especially the tour, the Hellfest warm-up tour.
Yeah.
It was incredible experience because we didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like we said, okay, we played like in 16 cities in over France.
Yeah. And Mulhouse, Chalon-sur-Saône.
Because most of the time we played the main city, the bigger ones.
With novelists?
Yeah, with novelists together. And the guys were great. And the crew was, French. And the crew was amazing. And everything was so well organized. Like
sold out,
even the last detail.
And sold out.
Yes, sold out shows, like big venues, big crowd every night. And it was amazing, like to see even like in smaller cities, to see this amount of people. And it was great because like the mix of the audience, like the more kind of thrash and a bit old school and the more modern generation mixing up together every night. It was amazing.
Yeah. And your new album, Slave Machine, is a crossover a bit of old school thrash metal with your roots and new stuff. We can see the background behind me. So your 6th studio album, we are here to speak about that. So Slave Machine. So you catch different audiences, women, men who like thrash and metal and music in general.
And And after you did something incredible, you did a huge tour with Testament. It was in October.
Yeah,
incredible.
That was insane.
With Testament Obituary, it was called Trash of the Titans. So on a huge tour in October, you play in all in Europe, over Europe, in Vienna, in Ljubljana, Saarbrücken.
You are in the big four now. You are in the big
and
five.
There is Destruction too. Yeah.
Destruction, yes.
Destruction we were there too. So how was it?
That was the most insane thing and totally surreal because, like, we had these bands as, influences and heroes in our heads. And
of course,
I was telling before in an interview that I watched Testament live in 2009, that I was like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, young.
And then I got to play the same stage and hang out in the backstage like every day. And I was like, what's going on? Like, that's insane.
Is it true? It was a dream.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a dream.
A dream becomes true. And you speak about Destruction, you make my transition. This new album is produced by Martin Furia.
Yeah.
From Bark and Destruction.
Yeah.
So that's why you work with him. Before you knew him, because he comes from Argentina, but he knew Preca from Brazil, maybe.
I only knew Martin. I met Martin like
nice guy.
In the end of 2022, I remember in a festival because Nervosa and Destruction were together.
Okay.
And in the recordings of Jailbreak.
Yes, previous album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your first album with Nervosa.
Yeah. Jailbreak was my first with Nervosa.
How was the experience? How was his first experience, finally? Finally, you are in the band since 3 years, three or 4 years. You begin with bass, on the bass.
Yeah, actually, it was all like it was all the time to become guitarist in the band, but I got to do my first tour and play the first shows with Nervosa playing bass because it was like a last-minute call because the bassist back then couldn't make the tour.
Yeah, the lineup change.
I knew the songs and the set list on
Fernanda.
guitar. So, like, there was a solution in there. I could learn everything playing bass. And also, it was for me a great experience because I never been in a tour like that big and to the other side of the world. So it was a great chance to experience the whole thing and also meet better like with the band and see how the whole thing works and change like everything.
But you already played live and have experience with had an experience with Paul Di'Anno.
Yeah, that was right after my first tour with Nervosa.
Yeah. But it was a challenge for you to play instead of Fernanda, first in bass and after on guitar. So it was a big challenge for you.
It was kind of a challenge. Definitely, it was kind of out of my comfort zone because I used to play bass only at home or only recording my stuff.
Okay.
But I never played live.
Yeah, you have your own project. But you are the lead guitarist. You are endorsed by Dean Guitars. You can show maybe an instrument, a guitar here. Maybe you are endorsed. What is it? It's an explorer, a kind of explorer. Kelly? No, explorer. Yes.
What are the qualities of a guitar like that? What are the qualities? Why do you choose especially this guitar?
The assets, what are the specificities?
Actually, I've been trying this guitar kind of lately, and mostly I started to use in the Thrash of the Titans tour.
Okay.
And I always liked Explorers.
Yeah, like James Hetfield or you guys.
Yeah. And they just sent me this guitar to check it out, and it feels like extremely balanced, extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
And
to play.
It's like built like a really solid instrument. It's built like a tank, and I mean, it has a very heavy but clean sound also with the pickups and everything, and it feels really good on stage. And the guys were really kind, and they sent also a second one for me to have a backup.
Yeah.
So and we are talking about like new stuff and upcoming stuff, but for sure this is like a guitar that I really enjoy.
And if I'm right, you are a fan of Scorpions guitarist also.
Yes, I was very surprised because you are a fan of 70s, 80s, a lot of bands like that, like you say, Scorpions, Deep Purple, Rainbow.
Not your generation.
Not your generation, and you play thrash metal. Very different from Scorpions or Deep Purple.
I mean, everything started from there.
And
the more you dig, the more you learn. So I was by myself, like trying more and more and more stuff. And like kind of after the teenage years or something,
yeah.
I came across Arch Enemy, which they combine
yeah, AV
the
and death metal.
sound, but they have a lot of melodies in there also. So it was a great step. And then Nevermore and all this type of bands that they're combining things. So it was a great step for me to go to all these bands.
Like Jeff Loomis.
But yeah, Scorpions is the beginning.
Yeah. What do you think about the new singer Lawrence Hart from Once Human now in the place instead of Alyssa White Gloves in Arch Enemy? We are going to see them live. The interview is online. She sings well.
Yeah, I love her. I think that totally matches the Arch Enemy.
Yeah,
and she reminds a bit more from Antla, and yeah.
You knew
sounds really good. Sounds like a very good match.
You knew her maybe, and before you knew Once Human, the project of Logan Mader. You knew this band.
No,
what
I
she did before.
I just knew the project, but I didn't knew her. We never met or something. Yeah.
Okay. Pascal, maybe a question to Helena?
Yes, like you say, you begin a bass and now you play guitar in the band. You tour a lot, you did many shows. Do you think, what does it change to, do you think now you are more implicated in the writing of the band
more involved?
Finally, with the fact that you play a lot of show with the band.
Yeah.
And you are also
Machine.
very... Yes,
and especially on Slave Machine, you are more involved, maybe? You are more involved?
Actually, I was very much involved in Jailbreak. Yeah, we kind of, like Jailbreak and Slave Machine, we worked in the same way. And like about the musical stuff, composing, we did 50-50 with Prika. Yeah. So we follow the same path for Slave Machine too. So yeah, everything was done again like 50-50.
And Prika lives in Greece now. She left. She left Brazil. So it's easier for you to work together.
Absolutely.
You are in Europe now.
Makes everything like super fast and super efficient. And we work more like a band, like about composing, doing planning, everything, having conversations, rehearsing, like everything happens super fast.
Okay. Just a question about the single Ghost Notes, the new single. So there was Slave Machine, and after Ghost Notes, so there are 12 songs on the new album, Slave Machine. But about the Ghost Note songs, the Ghost Note, is it about Ghost Notes that you don't play on guitars when you block the strings? Tell me more. Is it a metaphor? Why is this title Ghost Notes? The single, very awesome, very heavy.
Just one step to reach darkness. The golden breeze makes you afraid. Silence has a sound that worries us. The feeling that struggles takes our voice out, takes our energy to breathe. Something inside desire.
Yeah, actually.
Very dark.
It's really dark, and I think as a song, it's dark and it's heavy on its own, and the whole vibe and the theme of the song, I think it's one of the darkest, to say the truth, in the
album,
in the whole album. But and about playing, about the riffs, for example, it has these big choruses, the more epic parts, the middle, and the solos and the melodies. So I think it's a very kind of heavy, but also
crossover.
Yeah, like more deep. Yeah, heavy and depressive vibe in their dark. Yes.
The
But I think
beginning.
it's one of the
But
greatest songs in the album.
when you play guitar, solo guitar, I mean, you are very, very melodic. And that's something that I appreciate because, we get your solo in our head. It's not like some trash band or it's impossible to get the, it's too fast.
Yeah, you take your time. And maybe there is not enough guitar leads on this new album, according to me. You could have more space for your guitar leads.
More guitar leads.
Yeah, more guitar leads, please.
Yes, we love it.
I think we already have enough in there.
I read somewhere that you record a solo album. Is it a fake or is it true you record a solo album?
You have your own project, yeah.
It was instrumental. It was instrumental, or there is also a singer or something like that.
No, there is a singer in there.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
And was it a good experience?
From Athens, from here in Greece, and it's an EP. It's like 4 songs, and it was released like in 2022, I think, right
it's
before
on Bandcamp. It's still on Bandcamp, if I'm right. In your Bandcamp, it's still on. It's still online, maybe, if I'm right.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, remember more heavy metalcore, more heavy stuff, groove metal.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I know. We know all about you. Are there any guests or featuring on this new album, Slave Machine?
No.
Why Martin Furia or Schmier or Chuck Billy? You could ask them on tour, please.
That could be good, but the thing is, like, this time we were so focused and we had to finish everything like on time, and we managed to record and finish the album in a year that was super busy with touring.
Yeah.
So
of course
we were only concentrated to finish everything and be in the way that it should be. So later on, when we thought about like, okay, we have the album, maybe we should put some guests or not, we were like a bit tight with the time, and we said like, okay, we skip this time.
Yeah. And when did you finish? When did you achieve this album, the recording? In fact, before to go on tour last year, between summer and fall, or during your day off?
We finished recordings like in May, just before we begin the summer run.
Wow.
In May 2025.
In May of this.
And during warm-up Hellfest, just after or during the warm-up Hellfest warm-up. Okay.
I have a little question about your. Do you have a new drummer or not? Because I don't understand. I see that you changed very recently of drummer, and you get somebody, Gabriela Abad,
and two bass player on Ghost Note song.
Actually, we had Gabriela for the previous like 2 years. But it was Michaela, our previous drummer, that she's back now, that she composed and recorded the whole album, and she's gonna be touring with us like for all the shows that we have ahead.
Amazing.
And about the bassist, we started with when we built the lineup, we started with Hellfire. But because you cannot tour all over the year, and we have like 2 main tours in a year, we started also taking Emily for a couple of shows, and then Emily was doing more and more shows. So we thought like it's fair for both of them to be in the band and also appear in the
photo. You have 5.
They don't play. They never play at the same time on stage. They just switch in between tours.
Okay, that's clear. Yeah, that's why we can see her both in the music video of Ghost Notes, alternative shots. Sometimes it's her, it's Hellfire, and sometimes it's Emily.
Is it difficult, the life on the road for the band? Because I have the opportunity to
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have the impression that it's not easy for some people, some girl who are in the band and they left the band because they are very. It's very difficult for her to
Be far
tour.
away from
How
family.
do you live that? Is it really a challenge to be on the tour? I think about Diva Satanica because I have the opportunity to speak with her, and she
Of
stayed in the
Bloodhunter.
band 2 years. 2 years she stayed, and she left because she was too tired. She told me that. So it was difficult.
The life,
No,
it's
but I
hard.
personally love touring.
I,
But you love.
Really,
that, yeah,
really. I mean, it can get you to your limits. Sometimes you can get very tired, very stressed,
you are young.
for
Yeah, yeah.
sure. But I mean, every job, because
Mm,
it's great, but it's also like a job.
A lot
In
of
every job,
work.
yeah.
things can go wrong.
Mm.
And like in case, like if you're in a tour and it's so many things like every day that can go wrong. So, okay, absolutely. But the thing that it gives you, you cannot
Yeah. You
find somewhere
tomorrow,
else.
yeah, you prefer to go to work to the factory, like to be a slave machine, tomorrow, or you prefer to go on the road every day and to
With
play
your
live
guitar.
on stage?
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I love touring. I really love.
It's your life. It's your life. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I love this type of life. I
Mm.
enjoy being outside, even though it's really like stressful, but it's this moment and every night playing in for different people,
Mm.
different city, different country, and maybe finding friends from all over the
Yeah.
world, all fans.
Yeah.
Like
And on stage.
it's
And on stage,
amazing.
we can see it on stage. You bring a lot on stage. It's you. You make the show. You have to make the show like Gaji, like Randy Rhoads. You make the show on stage on guitars because we can feel it. I know. I was in the first rank in France and the warm up. I shot the entire, and we can feel it. And you have to make you make the job and Prika. Did you make some backing vocals sometimes or not? You don't have to help a
No,
bit Brika sometimes? No.
no. I
You
mean,
can't.
we tried that kind of a bit, but it was like maybe no. Maybe I will do for the next album.
Ah,
Ah,
okay.
Maybe.
Mm.
Maybe, I mean, maybe with Slave Machine tours, I am gonna try to make some things there because we have some choruses with a lot of
Yeah.
vocals and a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm gonna try, but I don't promise anything
Okay.
because vocals are not exactly my
That
thing.
will be the surprise.
And if you can't, you can ask Chuck Billy or James Hetfield for featuring.
It will be great too.
As
To-
before
That would be amazing.
before to go to be retreated. You know they are old. Old. Okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
No. And Pascal, do you have a question? And of course, you have so many questions. But
No,
I don't know, Pascal, if you wanted to ask her about Slave Machine, the title. Why this title?
yes, of course, because Slave Machine is really a huge universe. We can say,
Fear
I
Factory
think
concept.
about Accept, who writes that kind of lyrics, balls to the wall, who are very. Is it about the world? Is it about what we live, or is it something that you live, you,
Fear
especially in the
Factory a bit,
band?
maybe.
No, it's exactly about the whole situation that is going right now in the world.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Totally. The
Yeah.
whole situation, like with us and people becoming more and more and more addicted to all this technological stuff, even if it's like cell phones, if it's like a computer or social media or AI.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about us crossing every line and ending up becoming like slaves into the whole machine. Like instead of using these things for a better thing, we start to really get addicted and crossing every line, and these machines end up using us.
Yeah. There was Slave New World by Sepultura. Now there is Slave Machine by Nervosa.
By Nervosa, yeah.
Interview of Andreas Kisser, Sepultura, very soon on Metal Ops TV next April for their new last EP. Last question, maybe. I wanted to know what are your 3 favorite guitarists, and Pascal, last question, maybe by you. And
let's go.
3 favorite guitarists.
Yeah. What are your 3 favorite guitarists, dead or alive? Huh? and what are your 3 favorite songs from the new album?
Okay, I would go with Michael Schenker.
Yeah.
Gary Moore.
Yeah, great.
And okay, it's so many, but because of the day, let's go with Roddy Rhodes, because it was like the anniversary from his death.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was not It was not at the good. He was not at the good moment, in the good place when the plane crashes the bus.
I
got it. Around Rhodes. What are your 3 favorite songs of Slave Machine? What are your 3 songs that you are excited to play on live? Maybe Slave Machine, Ghost Notes, Hate. I like it, or 30 Seconds, but it's not the length of 30 seconds.
But Slave Machine for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
A future anthem.
The clip is really great.
A future anthem.
Ghost Notes would be the second one.
Which one? Ghost
Notes.
Okay.
Yeah, Ghost Notes.
We talk about that. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe You Are Not a Hero or something like this.
Yeah. I remember Last Action Hero, the movie. The World Needs a Hero by Megadeth. So now there is You Are Not a Hero.
Yeah. I would say I would go with these 3. Yeah.
So you are going to play these 3 songs live soon on stage. When can we hope to see you live in France, in Europe? I don't remember all. Do you know the months when can we hope to see you live with Nervosa? This year?
This year probably, yeah. And we are still
working
on. We have a lot of tours to announce. Like in the next period, there will be a lot of announcements. So keep an eye open in there.
And Metal Fest Festival in Denmark next August 26th.
Yes, I see this day. What will be the next single? Do you know? Do you have the video? Do you have the next single ready? Or is it a secret?
Oh yeah, will be a surprise. Like just hold on a few more, and we'll be a surprise.
Okay. I will like surprise. Next time you make a surprise, you will try to play guitar next time. You make the surprise because technically, sorry, we have gone technically, but we thank you very much. We thank you very, very much, Helena, and congratulations for this new album. A very strong album for me.
And it was really a pleasure. Really a pleasure to speak to you about this album and about your guitar playing, because I love the big guitar playing you have on this album. Was it a challenge? Was it a challenge to play on these tracks for you as a guitarist? Is it a challenge?
Sorry, what?
Was it a challenge?
No, it was fun. The only challenge that it's like something that I really loved, that it was a challenge. It was like the main riff from Slave Machine, because it's really demanding in order to be tight. So that's why I'm looking forward to play that one, because in the beginning it was like feeling kind of hard, and you're putting a lot of tense in there to play, and now it feels like totally natural. So I really can't wait to play this thing live.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay, we let you. You have other interview, Helena. We say Eutharisto.
So, yeah.
Eutharisto in Greek. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank
And
you so much.
congratulations for Slave Machine, new album out in April on Napalm Records. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.